Hello, I'm Marky Dragon. I am here today with Rabbit Dog from the Glider Forums. He's a professional botter, and we're going to talk a little bit about farming items and reputation. Rabbit Dog, can you tell me what kind of items can Glider help you farm?
Well, the best items that Glider can farm would be, I would have to put it at your leather. It's very efficient at skinning, and leather these days, especially since Burning Crusades released, leather is just selling for a tremendous amount of gold. It's one of the highest producing items that you can get, if you ask me.
I've made really good money off of leather, especially at low levels. It's a pretty kick-ass way to make a lot of money quickly. What about farming something else that's non-monetary, like reputation?
It's actually very good at farming reputation. If you were to put your bot up in Eastern Plaguelands, for example, and set up a glide on some of those undead mobs, you can collect Scourge Stones for your Argent Dawn rep, and you could actually go clear to Exalted with that, I believe.
Sweet. What about, let's see, what are some of the goals that you've had with using Glider for farming reputation, and how have you achieved that?
Oh, well, a while back I was in a guild, and I was an enchanter, and again, some of the only ways to get those rare recipes is by rep farming, and prime example is Argent Dawn again. It's one of the easiest to run up with Glider.
Are there any characters that you think are better for farming than others?
One of my favorite characters for farming, and this is what I call spree farming, where I can set him up and let him run for days on end, literally days on end, without having to touch it. And that's going to be a mage. The mage, I've actually set a mage on around Friday at noon and left for a 3-day weekend, came back, and he's still running away.
Still running, wow.
His gear's all busted.
Yeah.
But as a mage, you don't need the gear.
No, you don't need the gear because your gear's pretty weak in the first place, so losing your gear doesn't affect you a whole lot. So, yeah, okay, so doing a really long run like that, or any of these other runs, can you make a lot of money doing this?
Well, when you come back and you find a couple epics in your bags, or they're loaded with rune cloth, or rep items, that, you know, there's for the Argent Dawn, there's bones and Savage Frond and many other elemental core of elements, many other items that can actually be sold on the auction house. They're not being sold so much these days now that Burning Crusades has came out, but Burning Crusades itself actually has a lot of items for rep turn-in. Unidentified plant parts is one of them. Set up a glide for that, you can earn quite a bit of money off of that.
So, you mentioned earlier to me off camera about the differences between PvP and PvE gliding. Can you explain that a little bit?
Well, PvE, of course, is the fastest and easiest version of gliding. I've got a kind of a joke that I talk with some of my friends about, saying that the PvE gliding is for the newer folks that are wanting to learn the program, because anybody can set up a glide on a PvE server. It takes some real skill to set it up on a PvP server, because you have to find that extra remote location in order to avoid getting ganked repeatedly.
I know that the ganked repeatedly, that was me on the PvP servers trying to glide on them. I always had much better success on the PvE, but I certainly did like the risk of the PvP servers. So now, you're a professional botter, and you have created all of these glides and everything. Would you ever be willing to share them?
I think here in the future I'm actually going to release a pack that I use to actually level up this character you see in the background. He's running right now, he's level 60. Once he hits 70, I think I'll probably release that pack. It's got some of the new zones in it. It's going to have all of the BC zones for getting clear to 70 in it.
Excellent. When Rabbit Dog does get ready to release that, we will post some sort of announcement on warcraftbot.com. And there's where you can actually see this character that you're seeing on the video. You'll be able to watch him level up 1 through 70, and in pretty much the amount of time that it took to do it. So every day that he's on, you'll be able to see him live on there. And would you know, a lot of people say, okay, I don't want to run Glider. I really like what it does and stuff, but I'm afraid of getting banned. How secure is Glider?
The program, I think, is more secure than the people, actually. 9 times out of 10, it's a player report that gets you busted. That's where the PvP and PvE servers come in. On a PvE server, it's a lot more likely that you're going to get reported. On a PvP server, somebody sees you, they're going to run up. 9 times out of 10, you're a dead man. They're going to kill you. But they're not going to report you unless your bot comes back repeatedly. That's where the log out on X amount of res is very handy. So I'll set that really low on a PvP server, and if somebody strolls by, sees me, they kill me a couple times, then my character's done. He's not coming back. Where on a PvE server, they can come up, they'll follow you around. They can't kill you because you're not flagged for PvP.
Right.
So they're going to be more of a nuisance, try and steal a mob or two, and when they notice you don't care, that's when they're going to report you as a bot.
Yep. Well, I have experience in both of those, and I would say that you're probably pretty spot on with that. Anyway, I want to thank you for joining us for this video, and Rabbit Dog for being here today. You notice that he wasn't on camera. He wasn't on camera because, well, he's a professional botter and doesn't want anybody to actually see who he is in real life, doesn't want to put his accounts at risk. Anyway, I want to thank him today for bringing in this bot and showing it to us, and maybe we'll do some more videos in the future. Thank you.